Hey, aloha, Soul Fam. Welcome to our end of days, and that's DAZE. I'm trying something new so I can use my hands. I gotta have free hands for this one. As you can tell by the title, this is super important, and this is very related to the one absolute, and it helps to quantify what I'm talking about as well. Because, and I apologize for the camera. It seems to keep getting blurry sometimes, and there's nothing I can do about it, you guys. I'm working with what I got here. Anyway, the one absolute and this statement helps, I guess, rectify the apparent duality of the world, of nature, of the format that we're living in. And there's a big difference that I would say between chirality and then duality. There's a big difference between polarity and duality, even. And this is the biggest thing that I would essentially say, which helps us move into a more integrated state, into a more cohesive state as not just as an individual, but as a collective, as a consciousness itself. So I want to kind of demonstrate it with my hands as well. And so part of the situation that I've seen, I would say, especially within Christianity, is this duality. And it's why people question certain things that are very, that in my opinion, should be questioned. If something doesn't make sense, you question it. And then as you question it, insight is revealed. More of the subject matter is revealed to you. Seek and you shall find. If you're looking for the truth, then you will find it. If you're just wanting to be right about a situation, then the mind is going to interpret things in that way, and then that's what you're gonna prove yourself right no matter what. And so this is why focus is so important. If you focus on what the truth is, you will find and discover the truth. The other side of this is what I'm talking about with chirality is too, where truth without love is not the truth anymore. All right. And so this is why it's so important to understand, I would say, the one absolute and what this means. And that duality, as it's been presented to us, is a falsity, is an illusion. And this is what many great spiritual teachers have taught us as well. I would say more Eastern, on the Eastern side of things. Anyway, to continue to move on with this, in Christianity, there's I would say a thought form or understanding where the right hand path is the good path. You're with Jesus, everything's good. And then the left hand path is of Satan, and you're evil and you're selfish. And this is what duality presents. And this is what creates a divide and then ultimately a disparity. And that disparity is what creates a non-cohesive state where one is at war with oneself, one is at war with God in that case. And so no matter what you choose in that situation and that understanding, if you choose the right hand path and you're with Jesus, you're at war with the left hand. And then if you eschew that and you're like, well, that's a bunch of fake stuff, I'm going to choose the left hand path, then you're still at war with God, and you're not creating a cohesive state either. And so this is part of the issue and the problem, or it has been, and that there's solutions behind this, and that this is why seeking the truth is so important. But then also understanding is that if that truth doesn't feel good, then that's not the truth. All right, this is the what creates a cohesive state within, I would say, an individual, but also a group and a collective. This is not just for an individual, but how this fractal pattern exists throughout nature, throughout the format, and that this is what's being communicated to all of us, and that this is what's so exciting, you guys. It's so freaking exciting. And I get to share this, and so that's what's beautiful about this. So anyway, to elaborate my point, this is what chirality means. So let's just say there's a left hand and a right hand, right, within the body of God. And so there's not really understanding. As you can see, can I shake that hand? Absolutely not. There's no way to do it. So there's not understanding between I would say the left hand and the right hand, the hemispheres of the brain, the masculine and the feminine. You can't do it, right? So might as well give up, right? No, 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 no. This is the beauty of chirality and what the fractal pattern shows us. And so this might be even considered blasphemous by some of the populace, but this is not blasphemy, guys. This is even what we've been shown through Christ, through understanding, through an honest heart, through seeking to understand and know God, to have a relationship with God. That's what's so important. And so how do you shake your own hands, right? So I'm going to show you guys, right? The one absolute. This is where cohesion is created. So one of them has to be flipped upside down. All right. Now we can shake our hands, right? Now the hands can be shaken. And so this is why flipping things around is actually part of the process. And this is what creates cohesion. And so when things are flipped upside down, that is how the handshake occurs. And so what this means is that through these patterns, as soon as one pattern is completed, within inside that pattern is actually a flipped around pattern. And outside of that pattern is a flipped around pattern. But then that pattern on the other side, so then, like, let's just say this one was upside down, outside of this pattern is, right side up, and then inside that pattern is the right side up. And so they're reflecting each other. And so this is and I have a pattern that I'm going to show. I'm not going to be able to show it in this particular video, but and it's because I still need to draw it. I've drawn several examples for myself, and I still haven't posted anything yet. But this is what's so amazing and so important. And I haven't named the pattern yet. It's both, where it's just like it's come to me. It's also been given to me, and so I want to make sure that I'm doing a good job of doing that. Maybe it's a little bit of imposter syndrome and stuff, but I'm starting to get the impression that I'm just supposed to put it out here. But what I'm talking about is it's all there, you guys. It's all freaking there, and that this pattern helps create recognition that in the one absolute, because as things are flipped around, it's also seen that what we're talking about and what we're doing is also not an absolute. If that makes any sense, because there's only one absolute. And so that creates that cohesion where there is one, all right? It's one. And from that one, everything is birthed, for everything, absolutely everything. But in order to create that one, for this format, for the earth plane that we're in, there needs to be polarity. There needs to be this chirality. And that is what everything's about. That's what creates the handshake, you guys. Without that, what it seems to be is a duality. And then that's when we're at war with each other. That's when there's no connection between the hemispheres of the brain. It's one dominates the other. And then that is just a perpetual side of war, because as one dominates the other, it's going to create a collapse. Because of the interrelatedness of both sides of everything. And so in this format, this is what is creating the health, abundance, gratitude, all of this is the cohesion, all right? And so within this duality, there's no agreements. There's just this perpetual war. And then that's what creates those attractive forces where, okay, I'm in this example, right? I'm the right hand and I'm dominating the left hand. There's going to be forces, right, that are going to start dominating me from the left side, because that's part of my energy as well. That's part of our system. We cannot, this is what chirality means, all right, is that, look, I have two hands, all right, and we are all comprised of this chiral energy, all right? So, and I want to call it chiral energy rather than dual or duality energy, because that's what it is, all right? And I'm defining my words, all right? Take everything with a grain of salt. Remember to read into what people mean when they say things, all right? Because so much of the time people are using language and they mean something very different than what other people using that same language might be meaning. And so, best as I can say, read into what I'm saying, right? Not only to examine what I'm saying with the right hand or the left brain, but also to receive it, with the left hand, with the right brain. And do you see that, you guys? Even within the human body, this is what I'm talking about with chirality. So, right, my left hand, my left side, my left brain, my left eye, all of that is actually on the right brain, right? The flip. All right, and the same with the right hand. All right, everything on my right side, my right hand, my right eye, everything is on the left brain. You guys, this is the chirality and the flipping that I mean, and that this flipping is constant. And when this is recognized, it creates cohesion. It creates cohesion between the hemispheres, and this is how one moves forward. But in order to do this, also, this is why I say the foundation is the one absolute. There's only one absolute. There it is. This is it. All right? This is what makes the cohesion possible. Because then we see that there's these polarities and this chirality is creating a handshake. All right? And that when there's not that recognition of the one absolute, what we have is a war. The hands can't shake each other. All right? There's just domination, one side or the other. And this is man, this is the bedlam in the world, you guys. This is exactly what that is, and why we see intellectual people trying to dominate things with no emotion and everything. There's objective facts, and this is how it is, and blah 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 blah. Yet they are still comprised of left-hand energy. They are still comprised of feminine energy. All right, no matter how much they try to of subjective energy. All right, and this is the irony and the agony, all right? And they're just, blind to it, all right, is the best way to say it. But outside, other people can observe that about them and kind of be like, and that's why we're here, you guys, is to create this mirror for each other so we can see each other and help each other gain that handshake, all right? That's why we're here, to interact with each other, to help one another, to see that we're all this. Yes, we are all separate as one being interacting with many, but we are also the many interacting as one. And this is the point, you guys. This is the point. And the other side of the equation too, where you, well, I would say traditional sadism, like not sadism, but satanic energy, where it's like there's only subjective reality, and my reality is going to dominate all the other realities because mine is stronger than everybody else's and everything. But the irony and the agony of that too is that, yes, there is subjective energy and you're creating your own reality through that subjective lens. However, at the same time, in order for that to even be possible, there needs to be an objective reality for that to occur. All right, and so this is what the handshake is. It is not that the subjective doesn't dominate the objective world. The objective world does not dominate the subjective world. There is a cohesion and a handshake between the two, and this is what it is, right? This is also what this symbol means, prayer. All right, but what am I doing? I'm pressing the hands together. All right, I'm connecting the hands together. All right, this is basically just an easier way to handshake, I guess, if you want to say it like that, because we're mirroring each other. We're seeing that we're part of the same. We're part of the one absolute, I guess, is the best way to say it. Is the best way to say it. Like, it's just like, yes, right? I'm a male, all right? I'm a male human being in this format, but also my opposite would be a female, all right? And this is what I can't think of the word right now, but it's just like the marriage, right? This is what creates new life, is that us pressing together, all right? And yeah, it's take it lightheartedly, guys. It's funny, and it's passionate, and it's truthful, and it's everything, guys. It's the handshake, all right? It's the handshake, and this is what Christ was showing us. This is what the Buddha was showing us. This is what many of the religions point to. But without that cohesion, what it creates is a duality, and then that duality is dogmatic. That's when people are reading the material, but they're interpreting it from only one side, all right? And then they try to press their interpretation onto other people. And in order for them to keep that interpretation amongst themselves, they need to suppress that information. And this is what we're kind of seeing in the world, you guys. So I'll keep it at there. We'll just keep this video short today. I love you guys. Thank you for watching my stuff. Thank you guys. Thank you. We're creating the handshake. All right. So peace out. Love within. Catch you guys on the flip side.